Here, we in here. We talking. This is still Spliff Talk. Even though, the title may say something else, this is still Spliff Talk, people. Wait for my peopleizations to come in the building. All my peopleizations. Yeah, I know I'll be stealing that from Bluebird, but still, I like the word. Okay, we got our first like. We got people coming in the building. What the deal, Mr. Wash? Mr. Wash, we in. We in. That's right. Okay, people coming in the building. So I see I got to do more pre-meds, let y'all know when I'm about to go live. I see the people. Oh, we coming in the building hard. That's right. We talking about how I started at 52 blocks, y'all. How it all started. That's right. Peace. The Most High, peace, Lord. Hey, sis, what's going on? That's right. We in the building. We in the building. Yeah, so let's get into it. I got people coming in. We're going to get into this. So, when I came up, fist fighting was the thing. That's how men show they wares, is that you had to fist fight. Your fist was your weapons. Everywhere you went, you had brothers that would meet ladies in different projects. What's the fragrance on this one? I think this little OG right here. You meet someone somewhere, go check them, you would have your fist with you. That's all you needed. Mars Mathematics, fan, what's up? Salute, 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 salute. You had your fist with you. So when I was about 12 years old, I think it was like 11 to 12, I'm coming out the building, we living in the projects, and it's the brother Shamik and two of his friends, and he's arguing with the dude. Now the dude's standing in front of him, Shah standing right there. He kind of like, he got this disdain look on his face, like he ain't really hearing what the dude is saying. The dude is yapping in his face, and that's when they had their hats tilted to the side. It wasn't all the way on their head, it kind of sat on top of their head. And he looked to one dude, looked to the other side, moved his hat to one side, stole off on the dude. That was my first encounter with 52 blocks. And it wasn't even the block that happened. It was the distraction, the feint is what really caught me. The feints of 52 are very overlooked. Like feinting, the game of feinting and everything is big. You feint in basketball, football, there ain't nothing, there's no game that doesn't have the art of feinting in it. So it was really the feint of 52 that caught my attention over the blocking. Now I seen brothers using 52 and blocking with it in fights and stuff. Some people's recollection of fights seem to be kind of mystical and magical, like, blocking 20 shots and fighting 10 people. Some of it is kind of magical, but what I seen within 52 is like, yeah, they block, but right after the block, they was coming with their hands. It usually happened after they stunned you. So, you may got caught with that good shot, you on Queer Street, and then they went into like, it's kind of like even Bruce Lee did it. Now I forgot what movie it was when he was doing all of this, and after he had stunned the guy, and you seen his hands moving in slow motion to show that the guy was on Queer Street. So when the person's on Queer Street, you can let the show begin. Salute, salute, we got 20 people in the building, 22, 8 likes. Come on, smash that like button as you come in the building, please, so we can get this video out. Smash that like button. Fist of Fury, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Then you come with your offense. So there's a lot of myth with 52 that you can just dance your way through a fight. He said training 52 has made his one-on-one game crazy. That's right. You can, a lot of that's true. A lot of the good 52 block players were good basketball players. But I'm not one of them. When I was in military school and they would get ready for the games, and they would start choosing people. The two people left would be me and Fat Ricky. That's right, me and Fat Ricky, because they knew I could not put the ball in the court. I had no skill, no coordination, no hand and eye coordination when it came to playing basketball. Usually Fat Ricky was chose before me. You know what I'm saying? And when they got me, and whoever team I landed on, you knew that was the team that was losing. Nah, this is Saint Sterling silver. This is stainless steel. Stainless steel, baby. Yeah, lion's chain. This is stainless steel. I done went past silver and gold. I did all of that in the 90s. You know, white, gold, silver. You know, after a while you get tired of it and you move on, you grow up. Not saying there's nothing wrong with it. Gold is a good investment, y'all. If y'all trying to really stack your paper and save your money and invest in something that will never lose value and only gain value, then you must purchase gold. That's right. On this line, you even get money tips. Salute, Lenny Lamar. He in the building. He in the building. We in the building. Building. You know, so like I said, some of the 52 fights can be mystical, and you want to take the myth out of it. There is no dancing in front of a real live opponent. You must take that very serious. So your blocks and your feints must lead to the shots that's going to get rid of your opponent. You can't just think, you know, you're just going to be doing this dance and can't no one clip you just because you're moving your arms around. You can't be hit. No, what you're doing has to be according to what your partner's doing. Fighting is like a dance. If she's doing the cha-cha and you doing the running man, y'all gonna look foolish, right? You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna look foolish together. So when you with your dancing partner, your steps have to, you know, meet their steps. Same thing with fighting. You don't just start fighting and get in your own head. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have somebody in front of you. You know what I'm saying? It's like you don't get dressed in the dark, do you? That's right. When you get dressed, you turn the lights on. You don't get dressed in the dark. Well, fighting and dancing in front of your opponent, like you don't have somebody standing there. It's like getting dressed in the dark. You know what I'm saying? That's how much sense that makes. What you doing has to relate to what your partner is doing. So one way that people ask me, like, how you know which blocks to throw? Salute, that's right, Mars Mathematics. Tell them, yeah, when I get good at this, Mars Mathematics is going to be wrenched up. So anybody jump on here talking crazy, get rid of them. You know what I'm saying? Smash the like button. Smash that like button. Like I said, it must be in accordance. The moment's happy. You have to be present in that moment. That's right. Tell them, homie. You have to be present in that moment. There is no fighting without your opponent. He said he's watching this while he's watching this Zoom. That's right. Show love, man. So you must pay attention to what your opponent is doing. So like I said, one way to know what type of strikes and what blocks to use is every party you face has a thing a style of punching that they're comfortable with. Most street fighters punch in round motions. They don't have the straight technical train motion. See, straight punching takes technical training. You don't just straight punch. You would think so, but you don't. You know what I'm saying? You would think so, but it doesn't. Straight punches must be trained. Round punches is what everybody has naturally. So in most street fight, closed door will save your life. You know what I'm saying? He get to throwing that crazy shit. You catch that shit and work right off of it. And you use Peace from New York, born a lie, salute, homie. And you use the force to let you know when to punch. So what do I mean by that? If he's throwing the shot and I catch it, once I feel the force from his shot, that's when I release mine. There, 9 times out of 10, he's going to be right there for you. That's how you do it. And if you're fighting someone that's more technical, then you kind of got to feel him out. You know, this is the good thing with the jab. You know, get him to commit to something to see who he is. So you throw that jab out there a couple of times, you get it popping. He throw a straight punch. You're like, okay, he a good straight puncher. So that's when you know you're going to need your skull and bones. So that's all it takes. straight like that. They should. They should study the style of punching. Salute. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the technique of your punching. Oh, he said, I just got off the bag. That's right. Let's give him a shoe shine. He just got off the bag, banging. That's right. That's right. You know, so like I said, you use this as pressure release. You start using your blocks. I feel you touch anything over here, I release. So your blocks become like buttons to your offense. Because when the shit get real, you may not see what's going on, especially when the gap closes and you got to fight someone right on top of each other. You may not see it. You're going to have to feel it. You're going to have to feel what's going on, to feel the punches, to know where he's at. You feel it over here, you shoot there. So it becomes like pressure release. That's when your blocks are really working for you. So if a block is just stopping something, but it has no sensitivity, it's okay, but you can do better. Yes, so it's like the touch technique. Salute, Mr. Wash. Yes, and this is why you see me rolling the balls on my arm, because this must be pressure sensitive. So that way I ain't got to see it. I just got to feel it. And believe me, you know more, you can see more about what's going on from field than sight. You know, so this is why you have to be pressure released with your punching. It's the same thing as catching a shot. If he's hitting you, you should be letting go. If he's hitting you from here, you letting go over there. So you're using his shot to come back. You know who was good at that? You know, Mr. Motherfucking Roberto Duran. Yes, pivoting is the power. Yeah, that's right. Mars Mathematics, the old heads talked about that. But torque comes from the foot. Like everything has torque. A baseball player throws the ball with torque. The man holding the bat swings with torque. You know what I'm saying? This not basketball and football, I don't think they use as much torque. You know, I don't think they use the same type of torque. But golf, another one, torque. So it's coming from the ground. So that's why you have to learn to generate your power punches from the ground, so that there's nothing showing up here. So if my punch is coming from the ground, this is what the opponent sees. Now, if your punch is coming from your shoulder, this is what your opponent sees. So you kind of, you know, you're cocking back to go forward. And this is why you want to learn to generate power from the ground. Hold on 1 second, please. So you hide this by punching from the ground. So when your opponent is seeing this, this is what makes them escape. A lot of times when I'm sparring people, that's what I see when I know to get the fuck out of Dodge. See, when I see this, it's time to get the fuck out of Dodge. You know what I'm saying? So you want to hold that. So when your punches come from the ground, that's what they see. You go straight out. Straight out. So torque practice is something that's so important. On my course, advanced.lightly.com, we'll be training torque. We'll be talking about torque and all types of things that deal with torque. You even torque when you kick. You know, when you kick out, you're turning on the foot that's planted. You're turning on that foot to bring power. So torque and balance, the balance of torque must be trained, because you can twist and then fall into the pocket, or maybe your knee will pop out the socket. You know what I'm saying? So torque must be practiced with your block. So that way, when you throw up your skull and bones, just bang out. It's not this. You're making a one move, a one piece out to ha, and throw. You done turned it into 3 moves. By that time, he done punched you in your eye, went home, came back and punched you in your other eye. You don't want that. You don't want the black eye. So you want to hide, just like playing poker. You don't show people your hand. So this is your hand. You don't show. You don't, for the uppercuts, especially for the uppercuts, you'll see this. And then up. No, it's right from the chin. Up. Your hook is in, straight, jab. So everything goes out. Nothing goes back to go out. That's one of the most basic problems with punches that people have to get rid of is going back to go forward. You start training to punch from your feet, and I'm telling you, you will solve that. Get you a mirror too. You need a mirror. So you put the mirror in front of you, and when you see that, that's when you know to put in your mind, okay, don't go from the shoulder, go from the foot. A mirror is very important to a fighter. You know why? Because a mirror sees what your opponent sees. A mirror sees what your opponent sees. You must have a mirror when training fighting arts, because you need to see what he sees. Think about it. If there was no mirrors or reflections, you wouldn't know what you look like. You know, we are all walking around in first person. You know, like the game, like Call of Duty. You know, you're going for first person. So only way that we really know what we look like is through reflections. But the people standing outside of you know what you look like, and they know what's happening. They know that when you get the punch, your face does something crazy, and they start using that as a telltale sign to know when you're about to punch. So face tension is a problem. Not only is it body tension, face tension. Like I used to fight and bite the side of my lip so hard I would have holes on the side of my lip. I was fucking myself up trying to beat somebody else up. What type of nonsense is that? So you don't want to beat yourself up to beat the man up in front of you. Totally relaxed, no tension in your body, no face tension, straight confidence, knowing he about to sleep like NyQuil. I'm going to catch his shit and put him straight to sleep. The confidence is what makes you relax. See, when you're not relaxed with something, it's probably because you ain't got confidence in it. You know? You know, when you comb your hair, you're relaxed. You ain't tense combing your hair. You know why? Because you've confidently combed your hair for many, many, many moons. So your confidence with that. Let me see what's going on. What's going on? What's going on? All questions will be taken. Okay, let's get to our question stage. Who got a question for Mr. Burley? Come on, shoot me something hard. I need a hard question. I want to see the hard questions. Because you know I can get up here and talk for days, but I want to answer some questions. If there's any questions, how I start 52, what's going on with the ride and the dancing boys? They out there dancing. You can't dance in the battle, man. This ain't the cha-cha. This ain't the cha-cha. Hagler or McCallum, the most high. Woo-hoo-hoo. That's what I'm talking about. Hagler. Let me tell you why. When Hagler brought into the game, the white guy talking about Philip, what was his name? Phil DeMore, I forgot. What if, you know, his attacks? Yes. You're not just blocking with your body, with your arm. So you want to learn how to, I teach the kickstand balance, which teaches you how to ground an opponent's power. And you can use footwork. You can step as you block, thus opening up the gap and taking and grounding the shot. Okay, hold on. We talking about Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford up in here? Uh-oh, y'all know I'm in the boxing encyclopedia. Let's get at it. Terrence Crawford is a natural fighter, by far. Highly skilled. Can he take Errol Spence? I don't think so. You can confidence. See, the more you gain, the higher your confidence level. The fact that Terrence Crawford is not fighting is a problem. Fighters who don't fight are this is a problem. Fighting is a funny thing. Even training is a funny thing. You stop training after a while, and the things that you got start to deteriorate. So when you're a fighter and your engine is on, it's different. Fighter in the game right now. Can anybody tell me? I can bet Terrence Crawford was an ill street fighter. Called it the armadillo, the cross defense. You know, It could be deployed because it's looking to stop body shots too and to cover the 3 points of the knockout. So this is the knockout points. So when you're in that shell, what you think gonna happen to the car? Yeah, and then, exactly. And then he's the bigger man over Crawford. And he walks you down. And Crawford has been taking too many hits. You're not going to take all of them Errol Spence hits. Yes, it does look like Rob the Bank is pretty much that move. That move, what we call Rob the Bank, is the same move Archie Moore would do. In my new lives, we're going to be breaking down all old school 52 block fighters. The first one we're doing is Benny Briscoe. Stay tuned for that. We're going to break down Benny Briscoe, how he employed the 52, used the 52, and principles of it. Oh, it's that fool JBL is up in here. Yo, my peoples, all the people, the dude with the Ghostbuster emblem, I'm going to need y'all to get at him. Everybody that's in this live, he wanted to jump up on here talking some silliness and stuff like that in place of his face. That tells you Ghostbuster symbols and logos and, shit like that. That's somebody who's probably still living with his moms. Oh no, Joel Romero fight. If that isn't one of you can see the problems he was having, yo Romeo. Let's look back at him. He is Cuban. His brother is a Cuban boxer. If we know anything about the Cubans have some of the best defense in boxing. Buffalo, New York is in the house. Salute, warrior. The Cubans have some of the best forms of boxing. So the fact that Yoel Romero was defensive. The only thing that problem with Cubans in boxing, they have a problem transferring from amateur. He all knockout. He definitely needs to tighten up his science, but all knockout power. That kid is. With the right training, he can be something very serious because he has no fear in there. Like, if you get up here and say you own the house, like we're supposed to leave none of you to the Wi-Fi, and it gets you fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? We play no games on this live here. But getting back to the real thing. Choppy, salute. Getting back to the real thing. Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney. That's another good one. And Teofimo Lopez. There's a lot of good coming up. Chris Colbert. Mad respect all of the attendance, man. We have 46 people in the room, man. Buzzing. The live with that, people. Now let's break down 52. It wouldn't be right if I didn't break down no 52. Now let's take a look at some moves that most people have a problem with, like the shield. So when you see the shield, bang, bang, bang. No, I hear what you're saying. I know the wall. I know the Wi-Fi pole you standing at ain't strong. So I get it. I heard you. I know you can't hear me because you're standing outside next to the Wi-Fi pole, fool. What up, Steve? Say, what up? What's good? So when you're taking a look at that shield, I think he is. I think Teofimo is scared of the rematch because I think him beating him, he was surprised that he beat Lomachenko. He was surprised that Lomachenko was fighting him in fear. So I think that in the second match, he knows Lomachenko is going to be in a different gear. He's going to fight him from the bell ring, and Teofimo knows that. So he's smart. He doesn't have to give Lomachenko a rematch. I wouldn't. He ain't got it. He can go. He's young. Lomachenko's on his way out the door. The thing with Lomachenko, he started fighting late. Thank you. Salute. Larry Moore, salute. Lomachenko started late because he had that crazy amateur career, like 465 fights, 1 loss, so he started late. Fury over Wilder. I just think Fury is a better fighter than Wilder. I love Wilder, but I just believe Fury he has too much for Wilder. Yeah, Haney wants Lomachenko bad, and Haney can deal with You know, he started late, so he's on the way out the door. So, you know, I wouldn't even want that rematch. You know, the shit that two-time gold medal winner, ill amateur record. He's a Hall of Famer anyway. Yeah, you know, sometimes you beat people and don't know you're gonna beat them. Well, Fury doesn't really have a good punch. You mean Wilder is a one-punch man. Fury is all box. He just doesn't have the power. Like, you know, you can call him Fury pillow hands. He don't really have the power to hurt you, but his boxing, look how big he is and he makes you miss. Like when I first seen Fury fighting, I was like, who is this dumb big ox of a man fighting? And then when you see him making people miss, oh my God, it's like, what? This man is something special. So I don't think Wilder can contend with that, even though Wilder has the it factor. He has the one punch knockout that can change the fight at any time in the game. So because of that, he's dangerous all the time. Yeah, I don't know too much about the cheating scandal. It could be real. I don't know. There is a lot of cheating in boxing, so I wouldn't be surprised. 6'9" with head movement, crazy. Clarissa Shields going into MMA, I'm not sure about that. She jumping in there like you can just do that. Like kicking and wrestling takes time, man. Like I feel for Clarissa because where Clarissa's at, women's boxing ain't like men's boxing, so she has to do all of this extracurricular shit just to keep her name relevant. It's sad. Because as a boxer, she's a hell of a boxer. It's just not enough competition in there. So now she got to go fight MMA fighters and shit like that. We're going to pray for Clarissa because kicking and wrestling don't come overnight. It's years in that shit. The same amount of time she put in boxing, she would need to put in the kicking and wrestling. MMA is different, y'all. That is like, when I trained Wolf for his MMA fights, I learned quickly, like, oh, it's different in there. It's different. It's different. It's different. Grappling is a whole different game. And then someone slamming you on the ground, choking you, and you gotta get back up to your feet and fight. Clarissa don't know nothing about that. She don't know nothing about that. Oh, we was talking about that. I got Spence on that Crawford fight. I got Spence on the Crawford fight. I got Sweet Hands Khalid Plant over Canelo. That's right, I said it. I got Khabib over Canelo. I got Joshua over Fury. I know. I got Joshua over Fury. Yeah, Clarissa Shields need to holler at your boys because I've been in that MMA thing. I can help her out because if she going there with her boxing mind state, like I'm just going to knock something out. No, it's going to be totally different. It's different in there. The knockouts are different because the gap is closing so fast. You got grapplers. It's different in there. So yeah, she's going to need a whole lot of work. Canelo's getting old, and then Khalid Plant. Do you see this man? Listen, when you talk about boxing information and coordination, Khalid Plant. That's right. It's a whole different fight, man. Like I seen the dude when I was taking Wolf, there was amateur fights. I seen this black dude. His whole game was to pick you up and drop you on your neck. He won the belt. He won the belt, y'all. He didn't have no style. He looked like all he did was pull tractor trailers. That was his whole training. It's like they probably strapped tractor trailers on his neck and he was just walking with them shits because he was like Iron Man in there. People was punching him in the face. He was eating them shits like Tic Tacs. Like, come here. I pick stuff up. I put it down. You think Khalid Plant going to lose soon? Why you feel that way? Why you think Khalid got a loss in his future? You know what I'm saying? Why you think Khalid got a loss in his future? Talk to me. I don't see it. Do you know Khalid's background? Like his daughter died. He had to bury her and promised her he was going to get the belt and got the belt. What I see in Joshua looks like a fighter who learns from his mistakes. And that Andy Ruiz thing made Joshua better. Believe you me. I didn't really like Joshua too much in the beginning. He looked more athlete than fighter. But after that Andy Ruiz fight, he switched. Something that didn't happen in Deontay. See, Deontay is taking the loss too damn personal. Yeah, he picked it up, he put it down. Deontay is taking the loss way too personal. And because of it, that's what, someone poisoned my water, my suit was too tight. Now, I'm not saying none of this could have happened, but I'm just saying a lot of those things are best to keep to yourself and go through the background circuits to get to the fight, because now you got Fury feeling some sort of way. Fury's on the I'll never share the ring with him again. Now you got to chase Fury down. I don't know, but one thing for sure is that weight class that Khalid Plant is in is problem. Like David Benavidez could be Khalid Plant. David Benavidez could be Khalid Plant, because of his raw power. But I think Khalid could beat David Benavidez too. But I believe that's a dangerous fight for Khalid. Yeah, the water thing was way out there. Let me tell you something. When I was going through Gleason's and I was getting my license to be a coach, what's his name was there? Breland was there. Mark Breland was there. Yo, the man is a fucking angel, man. When you stand next to him, you feel nothing but good vibes off of him. So I can't see him somewhere behind there like, give me the pill. Like, how he's going to poison his own fighter's water? I'm just confused. Like, I want to go. Like, I know it's dangerous to say this. It could make me have all of the boxing people attack me because, I'm not going with Wilder. But I'm saying, come on, man. Breland poisoned your water. So we would have to check Breland's bank accounts. Like, because if he's poisoning water, I'm pretty sure that means the Fury camp had to pay him, right? Like, he's not just poisoning water for the fuck of it. Like, he ain't just going up in there pilling people's water out. Yeah, I like the Jarrett Hurd too, but he fought too much with his face. Like, Jarrett Hurd's style became eat your punches and then come through and then hit you with some shit. And it was working for a minute. That style of work up until the point you meet the person that you can't just eat his punches like Tic Tacs. Then the style goes out the window. And that was, Jarrett Hurd needed more defense, man. Like, his defense is just, and then he hit you with the big shot. It's good for the crowd. I mean, the crowd likes that type of fight, and they like to see you in there getting your ass whipped, and then you come back. You know what I'm saying? The crowd loves that type of fight. But the crowd ain't going to be with you when the doctor's telling you, like, yeah, you got shaken brain syndrome. Your career is over. You know what I'm saying? You got to, you slipping up your food. You taking your food through a straw now. There's no need to do that. There's no need to do that. Why use your face as defense? Not saying, because in the course of a fight, you got to get hit anyway. Like, there's no going to be no, I tell people, with all of the defense I got, I am not like I am Mr. 52 talking about I can't be hit. I can be hit. Hit many times. Left hook, uppercuts. I've been hit many times. So, in the fight world, you get hit, but you ain't got to get hit that many times. There's something about taking too many shots. Gervonta Davis, I believe that's raw talent, man. Like, yo, yeah, like, he looks like he shouldn't have, yeah, he looks like he shouldn't have the intelligence that he has. I ain't dissing Gervonta Davis, but he doesn't look like he's that smart. He doesn't, like, because when you see him in the interviews, he doesn't even know what to say. He barely can talk. But the man is a genius inside that ring. See how that shit is? Life is funny like that, right? He's a genius in there. When you see him inside them 4 ropes, that nigga's Einstein in there. He steps outside the ropes and you ask him, what do you think about the fight? And he can barely get a word out. Tank is aside, yeah, man, he's like that. That's, and I think I think he'll be good with Mayweather, even though he got Al Heyman. So it's not really Mayweather. Mayweather's there for the promotion, but Al Heyman knows what he's doing, so he's going to be good. He's going to be good. Come on. Al Heyman fights ain't all fucked up. Yeah, I was just talking about it. You can turn off most punches. Roberto Duran was the illest with it. You'll see this from Roberto. Like, Canelo does it a lot. When you hit him, he throws his face with it. Canelo does that shit very well. Yeah, and see, if you go back and look at early Wilder, he wasn't dependent on his power. See, that's the Wilder I fell in love with. He was this big ass spider jumping around the ring, big heavyweight fighting like a welterweight. That's when I fell in love with Wilder. What happened with Wilder though is he fell in love with his power. See, when you fall in love with the power, you start throwing shit out the window. Like, I ain't gotta run. I ain't gotta hit the bag. I got the equalizer. That's the problem with the equalizer. Canelo is the GOAT. Take nothing away from him. Canelo is pound for pound. Like, I don't know how they say Terrence Crawford is pound for pound. No, Canelo is the pound for pound champion. No, Canelo is the pound for pound champion. And they can say he's ducking and stuff like that. I get it. But I'm going to say it like this. In a fighter's career, you're trying to maximize. You know what I'm saying? So it could happen. I'm about to power